Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with, I don't even know, episode 25, I believe, of our franchise mode with the Ottawa Senators. And I made some changes to the lines already. We're just going to jump right into it because at the end of last episode, I showed you guys the lines. But if you are new around here, we actually add X factors to players who we think deserve them after the season, and I think it's only fair for Ruslan Todorov to get at least tape to tape. He has 99 passing, which in and of itself should be enough for a tape to tape badge. Excuse me, not badge, that is in NBA 2K, but he had 46 assists last year, which is nothing crazy, but after his former performances and 99 passing, I think it's only fair to give him tape to tape. I switched up the lines. As you can see, Dmitry Tutin actually made the lineup here. I will have to decide on how I'm going to say his name, Tutin or Titan. Probably Tutin, because I think that's how you would likely say it. He's Russian. Yeah, I don't know. But he actually makes the lineup here. I figured it was better to have him up in the NHL as he was drafted 10th overall a couple of years ago rather than Matthew Joseph or Tyler Boucher here, just because I think it gives us a little bit more youth and we need to grow Dmitry as best as we can. So that means that I also threw Ruslan Todorov on that second line there to get a +5 with Kasper Halttunen and Walker Reimer. And Kasper Halttunen, speaking of, I'm not sure how much longer he's going to be on this team. He was our first draft pick that we ever got. He has 99 offensive awareness, almost 5-star shooting, but he just doesn't really do it. Yeah, he doesn't really get much production. He only had 34 points last year. His career high is 51. He's been playing on the second line his whole career, and he just doesn't really score that much. But either way, this is what the lines are going to look like going into this episode here. I also switched up the defensive lines a little, threw Jake Clemenson on there as he's listed as a top 4 forward now. I also gave him some penalty kill time. He's low elite, 20 years old, and only 82 overall, so I'm hoping we can actually grow that a little bit in this episode. But I'm going to sim through preseason, and I will see you guys at the start of the regular season. Okay, I'm looking at the contract extensions right here, and I think we can get Walker Reimer signed on for 4 years at $6.525 million using the 85% rule. That still keeps us with about $30 million of contract extensions that we can do. So I'm going to offer this contract out to him. And also, I want to do Jake Clemenson as well, who can get 4 years at $4.7 million, it seems like. So let me offer this out to him and see what those two guys have to say about that. We have a really big free agency class coming up because we still have to sign Ruslan Zadorov, Jake Sanderson, who wants an absurd amount of money now. Damien Pascal is here as well, who wants a lot, and Alex DeBrincat, who luckily does not want too much. I mean, 10 million is still a lot, but using 85%, we can get that down to around 8 mil. But these two guys, I don't know what we're going to do about Jake Sanderson and Damien Pascal. But either way, that is a question for another time. Let's simulate to our very first game, and it is a home game against our heated rivals, the Detroit Red Wings. Let's jump into this one and see how the boys perform. First game of 82. Let's get that first period done, and Moritz Seider is going to score on Pyotr Kochetkov to get the Detroit Red Wings up 1-0. Shots 14-6 in favor of Detroit. We do not like seeing that. Second period now. 3-2 for Detroit. Pascal and Ruslan Zadorov score a rare goal from Ruslan Zadorov, but Filip Zadina scores 2 of his own to get the Red Wings back up by 1. So let's see if the Sens can come back here. We crawled back a little bit in that second period shots-wise, but now it looks like Detroit's kind of... Actually, no, the shots pretty even here. 10 minutes through the third period. Are we really going to go down 3-2 to start off? 4-2, never mind, to start off the year. Not a good way to start it at all. Wait, hold up. 4-3. Vladislav Gavrikov, the defensive defenseman, gets us back within 1, but that is not enough as the Detroit Red Wings are going to finish that game 5-3 in their favor. The 3 stars, all Red Wings. That is very unfortunate, but let's get to simulating now and simulate a few games here just to see how the team performs. Let's go down to this Pittsburgh game. Sure, why not? Jake Clemenson back on the team. Thank you very much. Now Walker Reimer might sign as well. Yes, Walker Reimer. Okay, so they both got team-friendly contracts. Thank you very much, boys. I really appreciate that. That's another loss. Okay, that's kind of scary. That's 3 losses in a row. Let me do the lines. Hang on. We got to switch something up then. We lost 3 in a row. Or 4 in a row, actually. We're 0-2-2. That's really unfortunate. Let me see what's going on. Okay, so I'm switching up the lines a little bit. I'm throwing Drake Batherson on the first line because he was minus on the third line, but I wanted to give them some more chemistry, and the first line was struggling quite a bit with like barely any points in 4 games, which is very unfortunate. Second line was okay, so I kept them the same. Those are the second line guys. Kasper Halttunen with no points in 4 games, which is very unfortunate. I threw Damian Pascal on that third line now with Dimitri Titan, Tootin, who I moved up from the fourth line because he has 3 goals in 4 games. Very, very good. And then with Pablo Kilger as well. Actually, I should throw Berkeley Catton up there instead, I think. And then Pablo Kilger, Yakov Trinan, and Nikita Kucherov can be that fourth line. Looking at defensemen, I switched up. I kept Rasmus Anderson with Thomas Chabot, but I put Jake Sanderson back with Noah Dobson and put Jake Clemenson and Vladislav Gavrikov together instead of having Sanderson with Clemenson and switching. It was like this before. So I switched this like this. And then goaltending, I'm going to put Aiden Hill to start this one off because he has had, apparently he's been playing better than Pyotr Kochetkov. So let's see if we can turn this game around. Let's jump into this one. I know it's only the 5th game of the season, but we cannot afford to go 0-4, man. Weak starts have plagued the Sens for I don't know how long, so we got to try to get into this one and do better. Brendan Carlo scores on Aiden Hill, but then Berkeley Catton answers back. Second period now, still a 1-1 game. Okay, boys, there we go. Damian Pascal demoted to that third line. He's going to show me why he should be playing more. Very good, Damian. Scores on Karl Vejmelka to get us a 2-1 lead. Then Kasper Halttunen gets his first point of the year, and it's a goal. It's a big one as well. Gets us a 2-goal lead here. And shots 34-28 in favor of the Sens. That's good. And we win that one 3-1 with Aiden Hill making 30 saves on 31 shots. That's very, very good to see. So I might have to do the auto-rotate goalie thing again, like I did last year, just to see how this team can play. Let me do that, actually. Okay, Kochetkov is in between the pipes for the New York Rangers game. I'm just going to simulate from this main menu like this, just advancing a day, just to see what's, to make it a bit slower for me so that I can keep up with the line changes and things like that, because this feels like it might be a heavy season with the line changes. So let's see. Kochetkov gets a shootout loss to the Rangers. Okay, I'm going to throw in Aiden Hill again. Okay, Aiden Hill versus the Pittsburgh Penguins, and that is a 5-2 loss. Okay, Kochetkov will be getting the crease against Winnipeg here, and that's a 6-4 loss. I don't understand what's going on right now. We'll keep him in against Boston as well, but this is really, really, really awful start. We win 6-4 in that one. Okay. So we won, so let's keep him in, I guess. I guess we'll keep him in for another game. But here's the thing, like, our division is very weak, it feels like. So we can actually have a chance still. That's a loss, a 6-2 loss against Calgary. Are you kidding me, boy? Okay, so I got to figure something out to do. And this first line, -7, -7, -8. The second line is doing great for me. I'm not moving that second line. I might move them up to the first, actually. And then the third line also doing horribly, as is the fourth line. Okay, so the second line is the only line doing well. So how do I get the first line to start producing? It's so weird. Tim Stützle only has 6 points. Why? Why? It doesn't make any sense to me. But the second line's doing so well, I don't want to move them. Berkeley Catton doing awful. Dimitri Tootin, 6 points in 10 games, same as Tim Stützle. Damian Pascal has been playing all right, I guess. Let's put him back up to the first line, but we already had lines like this before. It didn't work. So let's get some scratched players in here. Pablo Kilger has 10 games played, so there's no reason to take him out. Yakov Trenin not playing well, and neither is Nikita Kucherov. I'm going to take Nikita Kucherov out for Matthew Joseph. Screw it, boys. We're not playing well anyways, so I don't see the harm in taking out Nikita Kucherov, who has no points anyways. So, other than that, let's get... Can Pablo Kilger take faceoffs? Yeah, he kind of can, actually. So let's get Yakov Trenin out there and throw Tyler Boucher in on the fourth line. I know it's not big changes or anything, but it might help something. I don't know. Berkeley Catton is doing awful. So is basically everybody on the team, though. Okay, defensively, what's it look like? These guys are minus. These two are minus. And Jake Clemenson is 0. Let's get Jake Sanderson on the first line, maybe, with a +5 on the second unit. Sure, let's try this. I don't know. And then goaltending is a big problem as well. Let's put Aiden Hill in the nets. I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. Maybe... No, we'll keep it like this for now. I just don't want things to get too out of hand here. Why don't we try something like this, perhaps? But Drake Batherson, only 2 points in 10 games for Drake Batherson. That's horrible, man. That's so horrible. Berkeley Catton with 4 points. Let's look at the team stats to see what's going on as well. Because how is this team performing so poorly? I don't understand. I do not understand. So we are scoring 2.9 goals for per game, which is 5th in our division, but we're allowing 3.8, which is, that's got to be way low in the, yeah, it's 4th worst in the league. Yikes. Okay. Now, what's our power play and penalty kill percentage? Power play percentage is 11%. That's awful. And penalty kill is good at least. So it's even strength defense is what's killing us somehow. Looking at player stats, Walker Reimer leads the team. Then Damian Pascal, then Ruslan Zadorov, then Tim Stützle, Dimitri Titan. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna say his name. Oh man. It's hard. It's hard to look at these numbers, dude. It's really hard to look at these numbers. Okay, let's keep it like this for now. We need to allow way less goals. Maybe I should try to trade for a goalie or something. I'm not sure. Let's simulate this game against Montreal. A real simulation. I won't talk it through as much as usual. I'll just simulate all 3 periods. 2-0 for Montreal. Love to see it. Second period, 3-0 for Montreal. Third period, 4-1. Great. So none of those changes made any difference whatsoever. We still played awful and allowed 4 goals. That's so bad, dude. I don't understand what's going on. I might have to stop the video really early. I might have to get like, I don't even know if I can continue simulating. We're 2-6-3. Okay, I'm going to put Ruslan Zadorov on that first line with Alex DeBrincat and Damian Pascal, just because, I don't know. I think maybe that can help, hopefully. But honestly, I don't know. I have no idea. Should I just throw it like this? Should I just put the second line up to the first line? I don't know. I'm going to keep it how it was, just with that one switch. But either way, this is really rough stuff. Let's get Dimitri Titan on the second line instead. And Berkeley Catton can play center. Kasper Haltonen can be... Let's put everybody on their shooting sides as well, just to see what that does for us, if that does anything. Yeah, let's do it like this. Defensively, I have no idea what to do defensively. We'll just... I can't leave it, though. It's really bad. I can't leave it. Let's try something like this. Something crazy, perhaps. Okay. And then no. Keep it... Yeah, we'll keep it like this. Tom Chabot, Jake Sanderson on our first pair. And then I need a goalie. I think I need a goalie, dude. But we'll see. Let's play the game like this for now. Let's play this game against Tampa and see if these lines help at all. Tampa was horrible, or is horrible, sorry. They're below us, I think, so that's rough for them. First period, 0-0. Second period, 2-0 for us, thank goodness. Vasilevsky lets in 2 from Walker Reimer and Alex DeBrincat. Third period now. Dimitri Titan scores on the power play against Andrei Vasilevsky. That's great to see. And then Tyler Boucher scores on Andrew Vasilevsky, so that's a 4-0 lead right now. 5-0 now, Alex DeBrincat rips one past him. But I think Tampa's just a really bad team. Like, this doesn't really give me confidence, to be honest. I mean, it's a 6-0 win. So I hope the boys can get sparked from that. Aiden Hill has a 21 save shutout, so he wasn't really tested very much. And Rasmus Anderson has been injured. Okay, so we need some replacement players now. We'll put Noah Dobson up there. And who's our fill-in? Do we even have a fill-in for defense? I think I signed somebody. Oh, dang. Okay, hang on. Back to edit lines. I need to get to roster moves. Okay, let's bring up Michael Vukovic. We'll bring him up so he can play for Rasmus Anderson. We'll just throw him in there on the third defensive pairing with Vladislav Gavrikov, and maybe this will help, to be honest. Oh my gosh, -3? -3? I can't put him up anywhere, though. Why does he have a minus? That doesn't make sense. Hang on, I'm going to go out and come back in and see what happens. Let's sim to the next game. And I want to see if that -3 is actually real or if it's an EA glitch. So let's check it out. And yeah, just an EA glitch doing its thing. So he's got 0 with Vladislav Gavrikov. So that's good to see, I guess. Okay, up against Edmonton. I don't think I should switch the lines. We just won 6-0. Edmonton's a decent team. They're just above 500. So let's see if we can get a win here. 1-0. Dylan Holloway scores on Aiden Hill. Second period, 3-0. Third period, 4-0. Great. So after winning 6-0, we lose 4-0. Fantastic. Yeah, I don't think I can go much longer, guys. We're just losing. There's no reason to continue. I need some help. So let's go one more game because the Islanders really suck. Let's give Pyotr Kochetkov another game, but I don't know what to do. Okay, Kochetkov is in the net now. We're going to face off against the Islanders here. First period, we're up 2-1. Berkeley Catton and Tim Stützle score on Ilya Sorokin. Alex Romanov scores on Kochetkov. Second period now, 3-2. Okay, keeping the lead barely. Jesse Linden scores on Kochetkov, but Thomas Chabot gets one there on Ilya Sorokin. Come on, boys. We got to hold on to this. Every point matters right now because it feels like we're fighting for our lives. Oh, my gosh. And we are now tied up at 3s after Jack Roslovich scores on Kochetkov. And that does it for regulation. We're going into overtime. Let's go watch it because we might as well, because I think this is going to be the last game of the video. Then I'll show you guys the trade block and such. Look, we have 97 offense and 92 defense. It's the goaltending. It must be the goaltending. So I'll have to find a way. I'll show you guys all the trade blocks and stuff like that so we can make an informed decision about who to go for, but that is some rough stuff right there for sure. We're a CPU versus CPU game, so let's see how the boys do. Tim Stützle loses that draw to Matthew Barzal. Barzal now with that puck at center ice, gets it over to Braden Yeager. Alex DeBrincat now picks it up in the neutral zone, and Thomas Chabot chases after it as it goes down into our zone. Oh my gosh, Chabot gets nudged off the puck, and now Romanov with it. Tries to get out into the slot, but he cannot. Yeager now sends that puck into the corner, and he will corral it himself as Tim Stützle marks him. Romanov now into the corner. Matthew Barzal coming out, shot. Great save, though, from Pyotr Kochetkov. In the slot is Braden Yeager, who takes a weak backhander that Kochetkov handles with ease. No cuts in this editing, or in this game right here, because Braden Yeager is going to score to let the Islanders win that one in overtime, 4-3. The Senators' woes continue. Okay, so after that, we've only played 14 games, but we're 3-7-4, so I think it's time to look at everybody's trade blocks and see who can maybe help us out, or if you guys think that we should sell. I will show you all the trade blocks either way, so let's sort by overall, why not? They have, who is this guy? Stefan Donovan, second round pick, excuse me. They also have a medium elite, Nico Saarinen. Is that a real life player? I think it might be. I don't know. No, I don't think so. Probably not. Arizona now with prospects as well. Boston with Ivan Barbashev, although a really, really rough contract. Buffalo has some prospects. Calgary with prospects. Carolina with Jesperi Kotkaniemi, who only has 2 years at $4.87 million as an 87 overall. He has 5 points in 11 games, and he's a -4, though. So just another guy who's not producing. They also have Teuvo Teravainen, but $9 million for another 3 years, and he's kind of old. 6 points in 11 games, fair enough. Chicago has Jesse Puljujarvi with a big contract here. 11 points in 12 games, though, is not bad at all. Also, Taylor Radish is here, who also has a really, really big contract, but he has 13 points, so that is something to consider. Big contract, so I wouldn't really want to do that. Matthew Shane's here as well as an 85 overall with 8 points in 12 games. Jeez, man, probably playing first line ice time too. That's crazy. And then all these guys as well. Colorado now with some prospects. Columbus with Steven Stamkos on the block. 11 points in 10 games. We could reunite him with Nikita Kucherov perhaps, but I don't know. Look at those individual stats right there. Interesting, I guess. Dallas now with Ryan Strome. Detroit with prospects. Edmonton with prospects. Florida with nobody. LA with prospects. Minnesota with prospects. Montreal, some depth guys. Nashville with Samuel Girard making $11.455 million. No thank you. Neil Pionk here. Okay, a lot of defensemen out here in Nashville, which we kind of need defensemen actually. So maybe a guy like Scott Perunovich here making league minimum would not be a bad thing, or maybe even Travis Dermott just to be a replacement guy or slot in there if need be, but he has a big contract, so maybe more like Lindstrom, who's this, Gustav Lindstrom or Scott Perunovich would be more ideal in my opinion. New Jersey Devils, Daniel Sprong. The Islanders have Adam Pelech on their block, Romanov on their block, no extensions either. Blake Lizotte on their block. Adam Pelech's always good, right? Because he has X factors. He's always a good guy to pick up. Defensive defenseman, only 1 year left as well. That could be interesting, actually. Sam Steele's here as well. The Rangers have some prospects. Philadelphia with more prospects. Pittsburgh, Shane Gostisbehere at $7.325 million. Love to see it. 78 overall. Seattle with prospects. St. Louis with Dougie Hamilton on the block, making $8 million for another 2 years. Actually, not the worst thing. He only has 3 points in 13 games as an offensive defenseman, which is kind of weird. Oliver Shillington is here as well. 6 points in 10 games. Pretty cool. Colton Parayko, good defensive defenseman. Or no, two-way defender in this game. Okay, that's kind of cool. 35 years old. $6.5 million for the next 2 years, though. Tampa Bay with some depth / prospect quality there. Toronto have Morgan Rielly on the block. Ooh, Morgan Rielly could be really good. Really, really good. 5 points in 12 games. Definitely playing first line ice time. 34 and 2 years left on a big deal. Kind of weird. Jonathan Drouin is here as well, as is Rasmus Sandin, who's grown to an 86 overall with only 1 year left. That's pretty good. Okay, there's a lot of interesting things in Toronto going on. The only thing is that's a divisional opponent. John Tavares is here as well. $3.4 million. They're divisional opponent, right? But we are also horrible right now. So whatever floats the boat. Patrick Kane's on the block out here. Ryan Johansson has not played a single game yet. Okay, Vegas, we have Arthur Kaliev and some prospects. Washington, Connor Sheary, Jakub Voracek perhaps, however you say it. 8 points in 10 games at an 81 overall. Good lord. Will Butcher as well. And then Winnipeg with nobody. So those are the players. Now let's look at the goalies. So nobody in Anaheim. A medium elite guy here in Arizona. But we have our own medium elite goaltender. I forget what his name is, but we have one in the system. Boston with no one. Buffalo with no one. Calgary with no one. Yeah, goalies, it's really hard to find goalies like on the block, but I'll also show you guys goalies just around the league because it doesn't look like this is going to be too successful right now. So the medium elite guys who are there late. Linus Ullmark recently got a comment saying that we should have picked up Linus Ullmark a couple of years ago from somebody who's watching a little bit further in the past. So Linus Ullmark is here, if that suits your fancy. Not the same player that he was like 6 years ago, but what are you going to do, right? I can't go back in time. It is what it is. Ville Husso's here, but 5.25 for another 4 years is a rough contract. The Islanders have Jonas Korpisalo, real-life Senator, could be correcting the timeline, picking him up. That would be kind of cool. But a 78 overall at 1 mil is kind of rough. Okay, prospects. Pittsburgh, nothing. San Jose, nothing. Yeah, none of these teams are really going to have much. A medium elite 79 overall at 21 years old is pretty dang good, though. And with X factors. Oh my gosh, this could be a player for us in the future. Interesting. I don't know what we would trade for him, though, so leave that in your comments as well if you want me to trade for one of those medium elite 79 overall goaltenders. Let me know who you think I should get rid of as well. So we went through all the goalies matching the block, which is barely any, but now let's just go through the goalies in general, just to see if there are teams who maybe have like 3 goalies and we can take one of them, kind of a thing. Like this guy could easily be in the NHL. We could take like Anton Forsberg, bring him back to Ottawa, but he's making a healthy chunk of money here for this year. Like, just things like that. So, I mean, yeah, Boston desperately needs a goalie, but they're not going to probably look for that. So that's the other thing is goalies, usually some teams either stockpile them or they have 0 goalies. Like, this team has no goalies. But that's just how it works sometimes. So, I don't really know. We could get Caden Primo, but not really good enough to make a big difference, I don't think. So, I don't know. I don't know what we're looking for here. Joey Decord out here in Columbus. Like a team like this, we could try to get Jake Ottinger, he's making $7 million, but only for this year, so it wouldn't be the worst thing. We could try to get Jake Ottinger and send them Peter Kochetkov maybe, or Aiden Hill. And that way we have an 86 and an 83. And they still have 282 overall goalies, so something like that could be really good. Detroit with not many goalies. Same thing here in Edmonton. We can try to pick up Mike DiPietro, but oh, he's playing really well as well. So yeah, I don't know. You guys let me know. A Knight. Oh my gosh, who is this? Spencer Knight grew really well in this universe. The LA Kings have a few goalies. We could try to get Linus Ullmark, as I said before. Not really anything in Minnesota. No. Like if they just have two goalies, it's not really worth to try to pick them up because it wouldn't really make sense, you know. Unless they're on the block, of course, then it makes sense. But same thing here. We could try to get Ilya Sorokin, who's an 86 overall. Interesting stuff. There are definitely options out here, but nothing too enticing, I don't think. But we need a goalie, I think, so that's why I'm just showing you guys all the teams just to see. Try to get Vasilevsky, but that would be insane. Toronto has 3 goalies as well. Cal Peterson, maybe. You know, just interesting options out here. Washington, and then the last team, Winnipeg, with 3 goalies here as well. Bring Gustafsson back to the team, maybe. But either way, those are what the trade blocks look like. Those are what the goalie section looks like. And I do not know why we're playing so bad. If you guys do, though, please leave it down below in the comments. Because I don't know what the heck's going on. I'll show you the lines as well so that you guys can get a full picture of everything that's going on. These are what our lines look like right now after I kind of mess with them a little bit. So you let me know what you think is going wrong, because I have no clue. I'll show you all the stats of the players too. You guys can just pause at any point you would like. Casper Halton only with 2 goals this year. He only has 2 points in 14 games. Like, that's horrible. These guys down here, not really doing anything for us. Defensively, Sanderson and Shabbat, Jake Clemenson at a 0, and Noah Dobson at a -6 with 1 point. Yeah, it's just not good, is it? And Vukovic, in his 2 games that he won in, he hasn't been hurting us. Then the goaltending looks like this. So you let me know. I don't know what the heck to do, but I'm sure somebody will have some type of comment for me, because this is really, really bad. After making it to the Stanley Cup Finals last year, we can't even make the playoffs the year later, and our team's the exact same. So I don't know what's going on. Not the exact same, but pretty much. So I don't know what's going on, but maybe some of you do, and I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions about it. So leave them down below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. You know what to do. You've been on YouTube for long enough. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Peace out.